Hey guys, so I finally decided to make my official About Me video, and I've got like a little list of stuff that I want to touch on over here, so if I'm looking down a lot, that's why, because I'm looking at the list. Also, I've got the wash machine going, so sorry if it's kind of loud. Some quick stuff that you could probably already find out from my profile. I am 21 years old. My birthday is July 3rd, so I just turned 21 a couple months ago. I live in Iowa with my husband and my cat Bad. We still have him. He's around here somewhere. We haven't found anybody crazy enough to take him. So, I have lived in 4 states. I grew up in Illinois, and we moved out here in 2004 when my parents decided to take over the family's golf business. I will put a link to the golf course's business down below so you can look at it. It's called Toad Valley. My cat is over there. I have 2 sisters and a mom and dad. I'll touch more on them later. And I know I did a brief about me in another video, but so many people have requested me to say more about me that I decided to do another one. I work as a teacher's aide in the level 3 classroom with special needs kids. These kids have all sorts of different special needs. And when I say level 3, that means like the most severe. So like one of our children has Down syndrome. We have a couple that are in wheelchairs. A little girl who's severely autistic. Different stuff like that. And there are 5 children that I work with, and I have them for a week at a time. And actually, I live right down the street from the elementary school I'm working with. I work for a school district that's very, very large. It's one of the largest in Iowa. It's like probably in the top 5. I don't know for a fact, but I'm pretty positive it is. And they have like 8 elementary schools. And that's the same school that I went to when I was in high school. Pets. Oh, my cat Bat is around here. Come here. Maybe I can get him to come over here and say hi in a little bit. Somebody asked me to mention how many kids I would like to have. I know I've gone over this so many times, so sorry if you've heard me say this a million times, but the very, very minimum I want is 4. 6 would be like my ideal number, but if I had more than 6 and I could like financially and emotionally handle that, I think that would be amazing too. However, I mean, honestly, I feel kind of even bad mentioning that I want 4+ kids because, you know, if I'm blessed to have a child at all, that's a blessing, and it's not like, I don't know, not like I deserve to have like a whole bunch of kids or anything. But about my family, my parents, my dad is 45 and my mom is 42. They live just in the town over, probably like 7 minutes away from me. My older sister is 24. Don't think that's right. Hold on. Yeah, 24. And she is married. She's been married for almost 5 years. And they have a 4-year-old named Ava Lynn, my little niece. She's my only niece on my side of the family, which is good because my younger sister isn't married, so I don't want her having kids. And my younger sister is Ryan, and she is 19. Yeah, I think she's 19, and she used to live up here, but she is dating a guy from Kansas that we know through church, and so she went and lived down there, and she's working full-time or part-time at a couple different stores, but she has her CNA, so she's trying to get a job down there right now. Also, I thought I mentioned my ancestry. I think somebody else asked about that too. My mom, the reason why I have darker features is because my mom is half Mexican. Like, if I showed you a picture of her, you could tell she was Mexican. Some people think she's Italian, but and she's half Mexican, half French. She doesn't have anything else in her. My dad is a mix of German and French and Czechoslovakian, and he's Irish too. My maiden name is Brady. Obviously, Brady's an Irish name. About my future, somebody asked what my plans were for the future. I don't plan on going back to school. I hated school, and I would rather devote my life to my children. My kids are more important to me, and my mom was able to stay home with me, and I really appreciated that. Plus, I would kind of, I'm like 99% sure I want to homeschool. I have many reasons for this. Feel free to ask me about them in the comments below, or you can message me on FormSpring. I think that, I don't know, one of the reasons I'll just mention briefly is that I think both me and my husband would have done better homeschooled. And if our kids have our genetics, which if they come from us, they will, then, yeah, they probably do better homeschooled too. And my plans are to work until I can have kids, and then when I have kids, stay home with them. The only way, as of right now, that I wouldn't homeschool my kids is if I couldn't afford to stay home with them. However, like to me, like I know for a fact that I'm going to stay home with my kids until the youngest is in kindergarten. It's like if I'm going to be home with them anyway, I figure it would work to homeschool at least for the first few years. Also in the future, I would really like to move to the Kansas City area. I have a lot of my closest friends live down there, and if I plan on homeschooling, I don't know anybody through church who homeschools up here, and a lot of my friends through church in the Kansas City area homeschool, so it would probably be a better idea, it seems to me anyway. I will just briefly mention my religion because people have asked about it. I am part of the Church of Christ, and I will post a link to the church down below so you can read all about it. And if you have any more specific questions, you can go ahead and ask me. I'm from Spring. Somebody asked me what instruments and what languages I know. I was in band all throughout high school. I loved band. Even though I don't miss most of the people in band, I miss playing my instruments a lot. I have my clarinet still, but throughout high school, I mostly played the bass clarinet, and it's crazy because I graduated in May of 2008, and I cannot believe it has been so long since I touched bass clarinet. Like, I loved bass clarinet. And also, I play the piano. I've played the piano since about the age of 7, and I still play it. Here's my keyboard over here. That was my Christmas gift last year from Rodney and my parents. Languages, I took 4.5 years of Spanish, and I was actually really good at it. Language is easy for me, which isn't too surprising because names are easy for me too, and I think those are related to each other. But however, I barely remember any of it. I'm certainly not fluent in any languages, and if I had an extra 5 years that I had nothing to do with in my life, I would love to learn languages because I find them fascinating. But I cannot have them be a priority in my life. I have too many other more important things, unfortunately. Okay, somebody said go through a few of my favorite things. Favorite color, my favorite color is ice blue. Like a super pale blue. That was one of the main colors we had in our wedding. Favorite books, obviously the Bible, and I love reading baby name books. But my favorite book series is the Anne of Green Gables series. I wish that Anne wasn't the main character because they're like the best books I've ever read, and I think even a guy, if he liked reading enough, could enjoy them, and any female that likes reading would enjoy them. I'm going to go ahead and take my camera over here and show you. Sorry, the computer messed up. Show you my bookshelf. Here's the Narnia series of Unfortunate Events. I don't have all the books, but I've read them all. Little Women, Adam Bede, Wuthering Heights, Jane Eyre, Emma, a whole bunch of other Jane Austen books, some kids' books. Here are my Anne of Green Gables books. And here's a picture of Rodney and Clint. Here are several of my baby name books. Sorry, this keeps messing up. I was on a camping trip over the weekend, and I'd taken a lot of them with me, and then also several friends are borrowing some of mine, so I don't have them all here. Nancy Drew books, a few other random books, like here's Les Miserables, Gulliver's Travels, Phantom of the Opera, Vanity Fair. Here's a whole bunch of Twilight stuff and Harry Potter stuff down here. Anyway, sorry if that was boring, and I'm sorry about this camera messing up. Favorite movies. A lot of you probably know my favorite movie is The Sandlot. It's just my favorite movie ever. I really like Monty Python and the Holy Grail, Kung Pao. I like the X-Men movies a lot. I love Mulan. It's my favorite Disney movie in the whole world. I know I'm forgetting important ones, but I really liked the movie Inception. Ask me more about that if you want to know why, but it's kind of personal stuff. And I really like the movie, what's it called? The Illusionist. That movie's amazing. Okay, hobbies. I really love music. I'm into music. It's like one of the few things I'm good with. So I love singing and music, and occasionally writing music. Doesn't happen very often. I don't have time. I love acting, and I haven't had the opportunity to be in a play in a long time either. That's really sad for me. I was going to audition for The Sound of Music, which is at a theater near me this year, but the last 2 performances are on days that I know for a fact I have to be out of town, so I can't do it, and I'm really sad. And I love reading and writing and names. That's about it for hobbies. And the last thing I'll go over quick is how I found my love of names. I started thinking back a while ago, and I can remember between me and my 2 sisters, we had tons and tons of dolls, and we had separate names for all of them. And some of them are pretty unique. Most of them were kind of boring, but I can remember having my first name list in 4th grade. It was 3 boy names. I wanted 3 boys for some reason. I don't even really like any of the names. It was Andrew, Cameron, and Bradley. And then I started coming up with name combos in 5th grade. I got my first name book in 6th grade. I think my love of names has a lot to do with the fact that I've always loved writing, and a lot of times I would find a name and base a whole entire story off of a name or off of a name's meaning and stuff like that. And also because I love language and origins of stuff, which is a lot of you know that meanings are important to me. That probably ties in with that. That's about it for how my love of names started. If you have any questions about me that I didn't answer, you can just either send them to me on Formspring or put them in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching and dealing with me. Bye bye.